Hello, it's me again from sunny Stourbridge. Actually, not quite as sunny as it has been, but that suits me better, to be honest. It's just a nice day, a nice Sunday day. It's 22 degrees in my lounge today, and as you know, we've been having a heat wave with temperatures sort of in the 30s, which I don't know whether you've seen on the news. I live in Stourbridge, and Stourbridge has been very badly hit by forest fires. The grass is so dry. It's not actually been decided yet what caused these fires, but it's obviously spread much, much faster than it should have because of the dry conditions. And it was a Thursday afternoon about 2 weeks ago, and I saw on Facebook that a local road had fires, and I mentioned it to my colleague. Thought nothing more of it, really. It was in a field, but it's caused devastation. It's absolutely spread like wildfire, ironically. And we heard at first that 6 houses had been destroyed, and I think the total now is 19 completely destroyed and a lot damaged. So a lot of people have lost their homes, and it was lovely to see the community spirit of how everybody rallied round and donated and offered support and clothing and food and chargers, and these people have lost absolutely everything. But yeah, as I say, the weather is much more normal now for this time of year. 22 degrees, sunny day, washing out. Sunday morning, I'm wearing long sleeves for the first time in weeks and weeks and weeks. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my life and why I haven't updated in the last couple of weeks. I wasn't affected. I was about a mile away, I suppose, from the sort of nearest fire. My niece was put on standby to evacuate her house, but it didn't actually happen, though I understand her garden's been affected badly. I could just smell it. Couldn't have the windows open. The smell was horrendous. But anyway, moving on. I just wanted to update you. I suddenly thought about, you might be interested, who knows. Some people are watching my videos, which is lovely. I wish you'd comment, because I want to interact with people, I suppose, and want to know what you want to hear. And as I say, it's just literally me sitting on my couch talking to the camera, planning my big trip to Mexico. And I made a list of what sort of the hidden expenses are, really. Things you may not have thought about. But anyway, so this is my list. So the actual flight, if you've watched my videos before, I'm flying to Amsterdam from Birmingham, and then I am flying to Mexico City. I'm spending a night in a hotel in Mexico City, meeting my son and daughter-in-law. They're going to show me around. We booked, or rather they've booked, for the weekend an apartment for the 3 of us. And then I move on to Querataro, where David and Karen live, and I'll be spending the rest of my time there. So my flight from Birmingham to Mexico City is, and this is all in sterlings, and I'm sorry for anyone who's watching from elsewhere, and it would be nice to know where you're watching from. But my flight was £886.98. So that was, I suppose, one of the major outlays. The hotel in Mexico City, I'm staying in an area called Condesa, which I'm told by David and AI that is a very nice area. And just an overnight stay, and that is costing me £65 for the night. My Airbnb that I'm staying at for 27 days, I think it works out to, in Centro, Mexico, Querétaro. I'm told by David that it's by a plaza that I recognise, but I can't remember the name. It's a pretty little plaza with a big church. And that's in walking distance apparently. So hopefully I can get my bearings because I have been to Mexico twice before. And that is costing me £1,154, which I didn't think was bad at all. It's sort of average B&B price, I suppose, in the UK. And it looks really nice. I stayed last time I went 4 years ago in Centro, and it was fine. It was they called it a loft. To me, it was a bungalow, so I live in a bungalow myself. And it was right opposite where David and Karen lived, so it's very convenient and walking distance into town, probably a 10-15 minute walk, but very convenient. Quite basic, not gonna lie, but that's all I need. I'm not really bothered. This time it's a house, and it does look really, really nice, and I hope it's as nice as the pictures. And I'll obviously be taking photos and uploading those when I'm there, but it looks like it's the whole house. I've got aircon, which I didn't have last time. I've got a washing machine. I've got a tumble dryer. I can't see why I'd need a tumble dryer in Mexico, but hey ho. But that sort of means I don't have to take so many clothes in theory, but I am a woman, because I can wash. And it's just one bedroom apartment, but it does look really, really nice. Oh, and it's got a roof terrace, which looks lovely, and it's got a gazebo, which is great for me because I'm not a sun worshipper, and I'd like to enjoy the sun, but in the shade, as it were, and read a book, and I think like go up there in the evening maybe. I'm hoping this time I'll be confident enough, because it's a short walk, to explore more in the evening. And I will say I felt very, very safe in Querataro. Probably safer than, well, I wouldn't wander around Stourbridge at night, I'll be honest. And that was something that really surprised me about Querataro, was how safe it felt in the evening. Like, families come out, which is lovely, and how clean it was. I was amazed how clean it was. I don't really know what I expected, but lots of sort of very manicured trees and green areas, and that was a big surprise. So yeah, moving on. Hidden costs are my insurance. I don't know why. I was expecting it to be sort of around the £30-40 that I paid to go to Ibiza, which, as my friend pointed out, yeah, but that was Ibiza. This is Mexico. It's further, and you're going for 4 times the length of time. So yeah, just hadn't thought it through. And my health conditions really are quite minor. I am fortunate, very fortunate in this day and age, and at my age. I have an underactive thyroid, so I'm on thyroxine, and I take a tablet every day. That's really my only daily medication, so yeah. And I also have dry eye syndrome, which isn't ideal for hot countries, and it basically means my eyes are very dry, which they overcompensate in dry conditions in the sun, and they basically stream. And I've often said to people, if you see me crying, I'm not crying, it's just my dry eyes. And I sort of wander around with a tissue a lot in hot weather. It's annoying. I have drops that I put in if I need them, basically. I will definitely need them in Mexico, and I had them in my pockets, these little drops in my pockets, in my handbags, in my suitcase. They were everywhere. And I just put a drop in, and like for the flight, I will definitely be putting drops in before I fly, during the flight, probably hopefully every hour, just to sort of combat that. And I will be packing a couple of months supply to take with me on the plane, and I will be using those daily. So those are my only two sort of medical conditions, if you like. And my insurance has cost £166.60. Another cost is the taxi to the airport. And I think I said in a previous video, David thinks I should go by train because it would be a lot cheaper, and it would. But I will have 2 suitcases. I'm 65, and to me it's worth it for the convenience. So £150 there and back, and that's all booked. So I know that, like, my taxi driver will be waiting for me on my return, and that's a weight off my mind. Another hidden cost is my cat Jack, who's just wandered in actually. And I always used to be so fortunate and didn't realise, in my previous house, my neighbour used to pop in, feed Jack for me twice a day, and I'd buy him a bottle of whiskey, and that was all fine. When I moved here, I suddenly realised I'm going to have to sort out somebody, because I do tend to go away quite frequently. And I met my neighbour 2 doors away, and they said in conversation that they did dog walking. And I said, you wouldn't be prepared to look after my cat, would you? And long story short, the daughter does that for me now. She's done it probably 6 or 7 times. And she did say I didn't have to pay her. She does it for a lot of neighbours. And I said, no, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that, because she'd only just met me. And as I said, I go away a lot, and I want to be able to ask you without feeling it's an imposition. So my sister, I know, pays £20 a visit to feed her cat. But in fairness, that does include changing the litter tray. Jack has his own cat flap. So he literally comes and goes as he likes. And it's literally opening a packet of food in the morning, packet of food at night. And this lovely lady, Georgia, I leave her £10 a day. So 27 days, £270, which is something that I hadn't thought about when I booked it, but it's certainly not going to put me off. And I love my cat, Jack. I'll just show you if he will allow me. Oops, what have I done? Maybe not. Jack, then come and sit on my lap and show all these lovely people. He's a tuxedo cat. He's black and white. But no, he's not playing ball today. He's just sitting there owning the place as he does. I am his staff. He gets fed on demand. Usually, this morning it was 5:15. Oh, here he comes. It was 5:15 this morning. He decided he wanted to be fed, didn't you, Jack? So, a bit like having a baby. Mummy's woken up to feed Jack. He's very persistent. He likes to tap me on the face, and if I don't move quick enough, he'll tap me on the face with a claw. And then I do move. But I wouldn't be without him. He's 12 now. And yeah, that's my little boy. So I don't know if you can hear him purring. So that's Jack. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up now because I'm waffling. But those are the expenses of my trip so far. I did want to mention I'm going to Wales in 3 weeks. And I'm going to be uploading videos of that. Because I'm thinking if there are people, maybe, I don't know, maybe from America, you might like to see Wales. And Wales is beautiful. It's one of my favourite places. I was very fortunate that my parents had a holiday home in Wales. And I've been visiting for probably 45 years. Going with my sister. We're staying in a very nice hotel. It's my treat for my birthday because I turned 65 in 3 weeks. And I'm going to upload some videos, and I'm hoping, I've been asking AI how I can cut videos, is that the word, edit videos, so hopefully I will learn how to do that, and it won't be just me rabbiting onto the camera, although I'm told people like that. I don't know, you tell me. And I want to get some things for Karen and her family from Wales as souvenirs for them too. So that's my next trip. Um, I'm also leaving my job next week. Actually, I've literally got 2 days to do. I only work 2 days, and at the present, I haven't got another job to go to. So, perhaps I can talk more about that and my plans, because I don't get my pension in this country for another 2 years. And there is a job in the offing, like an iron in the fire, if you like, that I'm hoping will come off, but who knows? Not counting on it. So, yes, next week I will be redundant, which is another reason why I've been able to come and visit David and Karen for a month. So, I'll speak to you soon. Please leave a comment, even if it's just you don't have waffle on about rubbish, and let me know where you're watching from and if there's any questions that you want to ask. Thank you. Thank you for taking your time to listen to me, Jill, 65, in the UK, in Stourbridge in the Midlands, planning a trip to see her son and her daughter-in-law in only 7 weeks now. Bye.